Welcome to my YouTube channel, Insights for Life, and welcome to this video, which I'm devoting to speak very concisely about the law of karma. What goes out come back around. This adage refers to what I love to call the supreme law of justice, or what is ubiquitously known as the law of karma, which is considered to be one of the golden rules that has presence in almost every culture and every religion. Unlike our mundane laws, which could easily be blemished by loopholes and bias and nepotism, no one literally falls through the cracks within this law, which does not skip a beat of our lives, mainly because it is very omnipresent, if you will, and very inclusive. Some people, however, argue that the law of karma is about cause and effect, as opposed to being about reward and punishment, as it is the way the majority of people in the world think. This difference in opinion is definitely about the functionality of the law, as opposed to being about its existence. And that, of course, does not change the essence of this law, as long as we agree that it's actually a balancing mechanism. It's a balancing mechanism in which causes and effects are perfectly commensurate with one another. The problem is, although there is, or the most of people, as I mentioned earlier, they understand this law and know it very well, but they actually don't bother much to obey its dictates and follow it precisely. And that's mainly because they hold it in mind as an abstract concept rather than a practicable reality. They don't think that this law exists in reality, and they argue to vindicate this opinion. They argue that there are a lot of people among us who are actually crooks and dishonest, but nothing bad happened to them. They're prosperous and always happy. This opinion could be refuted very easily, because it is very flawed. It based on the facade only, without going deep enough to explore the real life these people could be leading in private. It is definitely a rule of thumb that we can always see the outside appearance of material affluence in everybody very easily. You can see a person and find out about what people unfortunately associate with happiness, but has actually nothing to do with happiness. But it's easy to see a person and look at his car, for example, or the house in which he lives, or the way he projects himself outside in public, and come to a conclusion that he is happy. So this is actually has nothing to do with happiness. But at the same time, unless if we move with a person and live with him in the same household, we would not be able to find the struggles and sufferings that he grapples with, mostly secretly in his own privacy. So this is what makes it hard to judge a book by its cover, as it is said. If we happen to connect the dots in everybody's life and see the whole trajectory of his behavior and the outcomes that he has come to, we are definitely going to discover that people who has negative karma have more issues and more problems in their lives, much more than average people who haven't been following suits. People on the other hand, on the other side of the equation, who understand karma very well, they know that whatever happens to us today could simply be an answer to something that we did to somebody else 5 minutes or 5 months or even 5 years ago. They are actually, to them, it is very incontrovertible that what goes out definitely come back around. But nobody knows when, how, and why. And this is the main secret behind this law. This is a reason behind the noise and fuss around this law, because nobody knows when, how, and why. And this is because the supreme wisdom decided to obfuscate this mechanism of cause and effect and keep it secret for a good reason, which is we as human beings are created free. We have free will to choose and pick for ourselves and follow the rules without fear and compulsion. It goes very much contrary to this concept of our human freedom if we have shown exactly the ramifications right at the point. Whenever somebody does something bad, he just gets smacked right away in the head. For example, if we saw that, we are not going to have a choice to do anything but good, which, as I mentioned, goes contrary to the wisdom behind our existence, which is to exercise goodness in this world. And in order to exercise this goodness, we have to choose it and have a free will to choose it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.